Hey everyone, welcome to week 2. Beautiful, beautiful box this week. Lots of nice beginning of summer veggies, and then we've even got an extra bonus, some turnips that were actually harvested last season, but they are in perfect condition. So we've got some extras this week too. So just going to get started with a few quick announcements. First and foremost, loved all the Battle of the Bach posts over the past week. I think that was super helpful, not only for veteran members, but also like CSA newbies, and maybe they didn't know what to do with the Bach toy, and there was just so much engagement. So absolutely loved all that. Congrats to Rosie Tarleton in the group. She's actually a newbie. She is the winner of the Battle of the Bach challenge. She did a really beautiful stir fry, variety of veggies. My favorite thing about her post is that she posted a recipe, and then what she did, and she referred to the recipe as a guide. And I love that. I feel like that's what the CSA season kind of needs to be about. Like, yes, we can have recipes, but they're more just like guidelines, and then you've got to like modify depending on what you have that week in your house without necessarily like going and getting different vegetables or other things. So congrats. She got a prize, I think tonight actually, a nice beautiful bottle of olive oil. So congrats, Rosie, on that first challenge this season. Other things, this is week B, so if you are a bi-weekly share with eggs or flowers or anything like that, just kind of keep that in mind. It's still no fruit this week, planning on starting that next week, so no one's losing out on the fruit share. It's just going to go later on into the season. I don't know if you guys saw this, but our farmers are also taking a pause or their own vacation the week of August the 23rd to the 29th, so there is no pickup that week. Doesn't mean we're a week short. The CSA just kind of pauses. And I'm going to tell you, at that time in the season in August, it's actually really nice to have a pause week and catch up on what might be overwhelming you in your refrigerator, or if you've got things kind of stockpiling up. So just make sure you modify your calendars. August 23rd through the 29th, there is no pickup that week. Last kind of like housekeeping thing, remember our farmers are having an open house on the farm June 28th from 5 to 8 p.m. Just kind of like meet your farmers, see what the farm's all about, get a fun little farm tour, super family friendly. There will be some food. Our farmers are just asking that you RSVP so they have an idea of how many people are coming. You can just kind of come and go as you want between 5 and 8. The link to RSVP is in each of the emails from the past few weeks, so give that a check. All right, so let's kind of get started. Let's start with something new this week that we haven't had yet. These are green onions or scallions. These are stored for a little while actually if you store them properly in your refrigerator, but these I kind of think of as like a garnish. So I love to keep them in sight in my refrigerator. I tend to keep them towards the front, and that way when I open up my fridge, I constantly see them and know if I can just chop some up and add them to like scrambled eggs or tacos or on top of baked potato, whatever it may be. So when you get these guys home, you can just go ahead and chop off some of the tops, and we're going to talk about what to do with those in a second. But these, I put way too much water in this. These should just be stored like a flower. So I've actually just got this jar here. I've got some water in the bottom there. Still too much water. That's going to drive you crazy. Just like an inch or two at the bottom. All right. Store them like a flower. And then you need to make sure that you put a bag on top. Otherwise, they're going to dry out. So this is the best way to store these guys. You can put them in your refrigerator. Like I said, just keep them in your line of sight when you open it up, so you're constantly reminded that you have them in there, so you can kind of use them to spruce up whatever dish you're cooking. If you don't want to store them this way, you can absolutely just throw them in a green bag. They're going to be good for a few weeks. But I love that this way you can also just see them, and that prompts you and reminds you to like dice them up and put them on whatever dish you're cooking. So those will go in my fridge. When you go to use them, you are just going to kind of peel out. Sometimes there's like this little outer skin. You can peel it off or not peel it off. That's really up to you. But a lot of people tend to peel it off, and then you kind of cut off that top and dice them up and add it. This is more like a finishing thing. You can cook with them if you want to, but a lot of people tend to add them to already like a cooked dish. And then just sprinkle them on there. Now, these tops, you've got a few different options. You can actually just dice them up and throw them in a freezer bag and use them in cooking like soup, stews, broth later on this winter. I am going to start my veggie scrap bag, which I know I posted about this past week. A veggie scrap bag is kind of where your veggie scraps go. You keep it in the freezer, you just kind of keep adding to it, and then it's something that you can use to make veggie broth all summer long, or maybe even later on this winter. I don't know. So I'm going to throw these in this veggie scrap bag that is going to go in my freezer. And that is the scallions. Other new guy we have this week are these beautiful radishes with beautiful tops. So, as with any vegetable that has tops attached, when you get them home, you want to cut them off. And we're going to store these guys separately. So these radishes are just going to go in a green bag. Radishes, especially from Shared Legacy, tend to have a little bit of a kick to them. So you can slice them up, add them to a salad. We've got some people that add them to like cottage cheese toast or just buttered toast. Enjoy them raw with some hummus, whatever it may be. Or you can roast them. So if you are not a fan of raw radishes, I would highly encourage you to just slice these guys in half, toss them with some olive oil, and just roast them. When you roast them, it totally takes away that kick or that like little bit of pepperness that radishes tend to have. So that's a great option if you don't like them raw. Another thing I'm going to encourage you to do, and this is a great week to do it, is to try the veggie cream cheese. And this started like maybe 3 years ago in our CSA group, and it just like went wild. But if you get some cream cheese, especially like the whipped cream cheese, and you grate up some of these vegetables that you have this week, the carrots, the radishes, some garlic scapes, the scallions, and you mix that and whip that into some cottage cheese, you are going to have the best veggie cream cheese that you've ever had in your entire life. And you can kind of change it up depending on what vegetables you have in your fridge, but this seems to be the week to do it. So I'm going to encourage you to try that. But these radishes, these are just going to go in a green bag. They're going to be good for a few weeks, so I'm not going to stress too much about them. I'm just going to kind of use them probably on toast, cottage cheese toast or something. Those are going to go in a green bag. These tops are totally edible. I'm going to store them in a green bag. The radish tops, you could just like slice up and add to like stir fries if you wanted to, kind of like you would spinach or maybe another green. I am actually going to start a bag to make green cubes, and this isn't something that I've mentioned yet this season. It's only week 2. But it's something that a lot of us in the group do because we do tend to get a lot of greens from the tops of vegetables, and we don't necessarily eat all of them, like just cooking them in meals. But I've got my carrot tops from last week. I just know I'm not going to end up making pesto, so I'm going to start like accumulating some of these greens. Green cubes are taking the tops of some vegetables after you have a decent pile, from a few weeks, because they cook down really fast. And you blanch them. So you boil them in some water, kind of cook them till they're super bright green, throw them in an ice bath, and then you puree them. You just puree all the greens together. It doesn't really matter which ones you have. And then you freeze them in cubes, and you take these cubes and throw them in a Ziploc. You keep them in your freezer, and you add those green cubes to things all winter long. Chili, spaghetti sauce. It is my favorite way to sneak a ton of greens into my family's dinners and meals without anyone knowing that they're eating pounds of greens from the summer harvest. So I'll share more about that soon, but you could, for right now, if you don't know what to do with all these greens, just throw them in a green bag. And that's what I'm going to do with my carrot tops and the radish tops this week. And then we've got some more beautiful cracked carrots. These would go in your veggie drawer in a Ziploc in a green bag. whatever you kind of feel like. Carrots are not going to go bad quickly. I'm probably just going to throw them in a green bag for right now. They're going to be good for several weeks. Remember, you can just wash them off. You don't have to peel them. You can peel them if you want. The carrot bottoms and tops are something else that can also go in that veggie scrap bag. So just kind of keep that in mind. And then beautiful lettuce this week, just depending kind of on what you have going on. Lettuce, you should just store, if you can, as is when you get it home, just as long as it's as dry as possible, in a green bag. That is going to buy you the most time. Just storing it unwashed, maybe with like a paper towel in this bag. You could, if you wanted to, and I mentioned this last week, like get it all prepped tonight or the night that you get it home, if you know you're going to end up eating it within the next couple days. So if you wanted to go ahead, rinse it in cold water, use your salad spinner, get it dry, and put it all clean in a green bag with a few paper towels, you could do that, but you're probably going to lose a couple days. So just do that if you know that you're going to be eating it fairly soon, which is totally fine. But you're going to get the most time out of it with just a green bag and some paper towels. So I am going to go ahead and do that. If you're looking for some good homemade salad dressing recipes, there were several in last week's recipe list. So scroll back to those recipes or that email, and you can find some good homemade recipes for dressings there, especially now that some of those herbs are coming in. All right, and then garlic scapes. You don't even have to take those off, really. But you can. I'll show you one more time in case you didn't watch last week. So these are garlic scapes. This is the top of the garlic that they chop off so that way more energy can kind of go into that garlic bulb. These taste just like garlic and you can use them just like garlic. So usually I chop off the ends here just because they're a little hardier, a little woodier. I use more of the center, but you could use the whole thing if you wanted to. The ends, tops, if you do chop them off, that's something that can go in that veggie scrap bag. These are just going to go in your refrigerator in a green bag. They're going to be good for several weeks. If you wanted to freeze them, it's a bag and freeze item, so you can simply just chop those guys up and throw them in a Ziploc and throw them in the freezer and cook with them this winter. All right, and then we've got these purple top turnips. Different options for turnips, because probably not going to just chop these up and eat them raw. I would store them in your veggie drawer. You could put them in a green bag if you wanted to, but they're pretty hardy and they're going to last for a little while. Our farmers love to pickle them. There is a quick pickle recipe in the newsletter this week. So if you're interested in pickling them, you could absolutely do that and use them as kind of like a condiment or a little bonus to like burgers, salads, whatever you want. I actually made hummus with these this past week. I had some to kind of play around with. Turned out super delicious. So I just roasted the turnips. I peeled them, cut them up, roasted them with some olive oil, salt, and pepper. I also roasted a few carrots with them just because turnips can be a little bit more bitter. So I used mostly turnips, probably about this volume, made a decent amount of hummus, and then maybe like 2 or 3 carrots just to kind of sweeten it up a little bit. And then I used chickpeas, tahini, garlic scapes, olive oil, salt, and pepper. And I made like a turnip hummus. I put a recipe in the newsletter this week, but again, I just kind of used it as a guideline and like spruced it up a little bit. So I made hummus. I love hummus as an exit strategy for some of these veggies like carrots or beets, turnips. You can also freeze it, which is super nice. So I made a big batch of turnip hummus, enjoying it this week, and then I froze some in individual portions in the freezer. But these are just going to go in the refrigerator, pickle them, roast them. If you're really not sure what to do, boil them with some potatoes and just mix them in the mashed potatoes. And then everyone got potted herb tonight. I got basil again. Remember, these need to be out of these pots as soon as possible, either in the ground, in a larger pot outside, lots of sunshine, lots of water. And that's it. That's week 2. All right, guys, can't wait to see what you guys do with this week's box. Have a good one.